Okay, in this lesson we are going to be reviewing how to solve equations. If you remember from last year, there are 6 steps we need to solving an equation. The first step is to take care of any addition of the opposites. Any subtraction you should change to addition of the opposite. Next, you're going to take care of any distributive property you have in the equation, simplifying it. The third step is to combine any like terms you can on each side of the equation. The fourth step, or the same side step, is where we move all of the variables to one side and all of the constants to the other. Remember, in this step, you're performing addition or subtraction to move either a variable or constant. The fifth step is our solve step. Here, we use division or multiplication to remove any coefficients in front of the variable and get the variable by itself. And finally, the sixth step is our check step, where we take our solution, substitute it back in to check to see if the equation is true. Let's go through some examples. X minus 12 equals 3. Well, our first step is addition of the opposite, so we change this to plus a negative 12. Now I don't have any distributive property. I can't combine any like terms, so that takes me to step number 4, the same side step. Here, I want to move this negative 12 so that I have x by itself. To move the negative 12, I'm going to add positive 12 to both sides. On the left, adding the positive 12 cancels it out. And on the right, I'm left with 15. And that takes care of the same side step. Now for the solve step, I don't have anything in front of the x, so there's nothing to divide or multiply. I simply have a solution of x equals 15. To check this, let's plug 15 back into the original equation and see if the equation is true. 12 plus a 15 plus a negative 12 equals 3. Since that is true, x equals 15 is my solution. In this next example, we have negative 6 times y equals positive 48. There's no addition of the opposite, no distributive property. I can't combine like terms. Everything is already on the same side step, so I've jumped all the way down to the solve step. Here I want to get rid of this negative 6 coefficient. Since negative 6 is multiplying y, to undo this, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Negative 6y divided by negative 6, they will cancel, leaving you with y. And 48 divided by negative 6 equals negative 8. That's the solve step. To check this, we want to see if negative 6 times negative 8 equals positive 48. 6 times 8 is 48, and remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. So the solution here is y equals negative 8. In this third example, I have z divided by 4 equals 5. Again, let's go through our steps. There's no subtraction. There's no distributive property. I can't combine like terms. There's nothing to move using addition or subtraction, so I've jumped all the way down to the solve step. Here, I want to eliminate this 4 The 4 is dividing the z, so to undo that, I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. On this side, you can think about it as 4 over 1, and the 4 and the 4 will cancel, leaving you with z. On the other side, 5 times 4 is 20. That's our solve step. Now to check this, let's plug 20 back in to the original equation. 20 divided by 4, and we want to make sure it equals 5. 20 divided by 4 does equal 5, so z equals 20 is our solution, and that takes care of the check step. Now let's take a look at a few more examples that involve a few more steps. 5x plus 9 equals 24. Well, I don't have any addition of the opposites. I don't have any distributive property. I can't combine like terms, so I jump down to the same side step. Here I want to use addition or subtraction, so I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. Remember, this is the same as if you added a negative 9. You'll get the same answer. So 5x, 9 plus a negative 9 equals 0, and 24 plus a negative 9 is 15. That takes care of the same side step. In the next step, I use multiplication and division. Here, I'm going to divide both sides by 5. That allows me to cancel the 5 and get x equals 3. That's the solve step, giving me a solution of x equals 3. If I was to check this, I would plug 3 back in for x. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 9 equals 24. In this next example, we have 8q minus 3q equals 35. To solve this, we start with the addition of the opposites, which I can change minus 3q to plus a negative 3q. I don't have any distributive property, but I do have like terms. 8q plus a negative 3q gives me 5q, and that still equals 35. Now I've combined like terms. I don't have anything for the same side step, but I do in the solve step. I want to get rid of the coefficient of 5, so I use division and divide by 5. Dividing by 5 here cancels it out and leaves me with q. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So I get q equals 7. And that is my solution. In this final example, we start with addition of the opposites, making this plus negative 7. We don't have distributive property. We can't combine like terms. I do have the same side step. I want to get rid of this negative 7. So to do that, I add a positive 7 to both sides. Adding a positive 7 over here leaves me with y divided by 3. And on the right side, negative 1 plus positive 7 is 6. Now in the solve step, I have y divided by 3. To undo that, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. On the left, the 3 and the 3 will cancel. And on the right, 6 times 3 is 18. That gives me an answer of y equals 18. Now I'd like you to get some practice. Copy these problems, bring your work and your answers to class so that we can discuss them. Thank you for listening.